I made $300 million before realizing the entire game was rigged. What I discovered next brought down billionaires and almost got me killed. You might think I was the villain. That's what the headline said. Crypto King crashes in $200 million scam. But the truth is, I wasn't the architect. I was the scapegoat. My name is Daniel Carter. This is the story of how I built an empire on loopholes, uncovered a conspiracy that stretched to the highest levels of power, and decided to blow it all up. It started in 2018, when I was just another 26-year-old in a shared WeWork office, fueled by caffeine and ambition. I didn't plan to become rich. I planned to become untouchable. And for a while, I did. By 2021, I had a Gulfstream jet, $300 million in assets, and more Lamborghinis than I could drive. I wasn't smarter than anyone. I just noticed something they didn't. Crypto was the Wild West. Everyone knew that. But while others chased tokens and NFTs, I found a loophole, a tangled mess of offshore banking laws in Estonia, Belize, and Singapore. Combine that with crypto wallets, and you had a perfect way to move money. Fast, anonymous, and untraceable. And it was technically legal. My hedge fund, Nightglass Capital, pitched investors a dream. High-yield crypto arbitrage backed by secure cross-border holdings. Most didn't understand what we did, but they saw the returns. 10x in 3 months. We didn't market. We whispered. And soon, we were managing hundreds of millions. But when money grows too fast, it attracts the wrong kind of attention. The first crack came in October 2021. A routine audit flagged unusual movements in one of our offshore accounts. Nothing illegal, yet. But the regulators started circling. Then, one cold November morning, I opened our accounts. Balance, $0. Over $200 million gone. Phones rang. Investors screamed. My partners vanished, literally. No goodbye, no warning, just disappeared. One of them even deleted all his socials the night before the crash. The media had a field day. Crypto King's empire collapses overnight. Inside the largest scam since Madoff. I was arrested at LAX with $4,000 cash and a carry-on. No bail. House arrest. And the worst part? I didn't even know what I was being blamed for. Then the charges dropped. Wire fraud, securities fraud, money laundering. They called it the largest financial scam of the decade. I was facing 40 years. Alone in my penthouse, ankle monitor locked tight, I started digging. My laptop had encrypted backups of our internal files, something my partners had overlooked. At first, I was searching for proof I didn't do it. But what I found was much bigger. Emails, contracts, wire transfers. One name kept showing up, Adronis Holdings, a shell company based in the British Virgin Islands. It was listed on nearly every transaction we ever routed offshore. At first, I thought it was ours, but it wasn't. Adronis Holdings was owned by a man named Felix Rain. You probably don't know that name, but if you're in finance, you've heard of him. Quiet billionaire, owns part of a major European bank, known for his clean reputation. But Rain's name was tied to more than just our firm. I found connections to cartel-linked wallets, dark money from political campaigns, and kickbacks disguised as crypto contracts. I wasn't the scam. I was the pawn. The real operation? A global money laundering pipeline using crypto as camouflage. My fund had been used to wash dirty money for some of the most powerful people on Earth, and I never even knew. I had two options: stay quiet, take the sentence, and maybe disappear into minimum security prison for a few years. Or burn it all down. I sent everything to everyone, journalists, regulators, watchdogs, and one very curious Reddit community. I leaked over 10 gigabytes of files, including bank statements, communications, and traced wallet histories. The story exploded. Crypto conspiracy trended on X. CNN ran a primetime segment. Protests erupted in major cities. But then, silence. Felix Reign fled to Monaco. No extradition treaty. He issued one press release. "I've done nothing wrong." The politicians released statements. No evidence of wrongdoing. The ones who got exposed kept their seats. One even got re-elected. The banks paid a fine. $500 million. Less than 1% of the money they moved illegally. No one went to jail. Me? I was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison for negligent failure to report suspicious activity. Not for running a scam. Not for laundering money. Just for not stopping it. Prison wasn't what I expected. No violence, no gangs, just long, quiet days in a federal camp with white-collar guys who'd done the same thing I did. Get caught. I met a man who took the fall for a pharmaceutical price-fixing scheme. Another who helped rig bond ratings for junk securities. They weren't monsters, just smart people who got in too deep. But I was different. I'd told the truth. And it almost mattered. I got out in early 2024. No money, no connections, my name poisoned in every financial system. But then the letters started. Emails, handwritten notes, DMS from people who said, "You opened my eyes." From whistleblowers who had stayed quiet, but now wanted to speak. From law students who said, "This is why I want to change the system." I started writing, speaking, teaching. And then I wrote my memoir. The final line? The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed for them. You want to believe justice is real, that when corruption is exposed, the good guys win, that whistleblowers get medals, not prison time. But this isn't a movie. It's the real world, where the rich write the rules and the poor pay for their games. I was rich once. I played their game. And when I tried to break the rules, I learned the truth. The game is rigged. I'm Daniel Carter, and this is my story.